It takes a lot of hard work and good luck to get a movie made, but all of that can be ruined in an instant with just one bad decision. Sometimes it doesn't matter how good the story is or how famous the stars are, because a single moment of stupidity can wash it all away. Here's a look at some promising movies that were canceled because of a really dumb decision. At the Mountains of Madness. The masterwork of horror and science fiction author H.P. Lovecraft, At the Mountains of Madness has long been a passion project for horror auteur Guillermo del Toro. And del Toro seems like the perfect fit for the tale of a group of scientists who discover ancient, terrifyingly powerful entities in Antarctica. Unfortunately, despite James Cameron producing and interest from Tom Cruise, del Toro couldn't get funding from Universal because he told them it would be R-rated, meaning the teens who usually flock to horror movies wouldn't be able to see it. The project was canceled, and del Toro later said he should have lied to executives and told them that At the Mountains of Madness would be PG-13. Halo. There were a lot of dumb decisions that led to the demise of the proposed Halo movie, mostly because Microsoft apparently had no idea how Hollywood works. They demanded a huge cut of profits and forced studios to jump through hoops to even have a chance to read the script. Plus, they wouldn't let Sony bid on the film at all, because Sony's PlayStation is one of Microsoft Xbox's chief video game console competitors. Despite all that nonsense, Fox and Universal were both still interested and teamed up. But then they made the final dumb decision in this whole dumb process when Universal hired up-and-comer Neil Blomkamp to direct. Blomkamp was a fan of the game with a distinct artistic vision. The problem is, only Universal wanted him. Both Fox and Microsoft reportedly hated what he was doing, wanting instead to make what the director called a generic, boring film. Something like G.I. Joe or some crap like that. Ultimately, the only thing that came of it was some test footage that teases the great Halo movie that could have been. And Blomkamp? He went on to make District 9 instead. Great job, Microsoft. Uncle Tom's Fairy Tales. In 1968, Richard Pryor wrote and starred in an extremely dark, socially conscious movie with the intentionally controversial title Uncle Tom's Fairy Tales, the movie for homosexuals. Pryor supposedly became so obsessed with making the film, his wife reportedly destroyed the negative of the then still unfinished movie in a fit of rage. Nearly 4 decades later, another print of the film emerged thanks to director Penelope Spheris, but so far it hasn't been released either for legal reasons. Pyongyang. Based on Guy Delisle's intense graphic novel about the struggles of living under the totalitarian regime in North Korea, Pyongyang was supposed to start shooting in early 2015, with Steve Carell in the lead role and Gore Verbinski as director. Then, Sony decided to release the interview in 2014. That reportedly led to the infamous hack of the Sony servers in retaliation, not to mention bomb threats against theaters that screened the interview. New Regency decided Pyongyang wasn't worth the hassle and canceled the film entirely. The Beatles version of Lord of the Rings. J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings books rank among the most beloved novels of all time. First published as 3 separate volumes in 1954, it took until 2001 for Peter Jackson's epic live-action adaptation to hit movie theaters. But there was an earlier version proposed in the 1960s, and it would have starred the Beatles. Yeah, those Beatles. Besides doing a brand new double album soundtrack, the Beatles were set to star in the live-action adaptation, with Paul McCartney as Frodo, Ringo Starr as Samwise, George Harrison as Gandalf, and John Lennon as Gollum. Unfortunately, Tolkien wasn't a Beatles fan, and he decided to nix the idea. Otherwise, both music and cinematic history would have been completely different, and much, much weirder. Thanks for watching. Click the looper icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.